It's time for another Madden 23 update. Now yesterday we got some pretty important information about plans for Madden 24 and franchise mode, which we'll get into in a second. And we've also got a pretty big roster update for this week. Even though we're in the playoffs now and a lot of teams aren't playing, this update actually has quite a number of people who didn't even play last week who are going up and going down. Usually at the end of the season, there's a couple weeks where they just go through and tweak players based on their overall season performance, as well as of course adjusting people from the playoff games. And there's a lot of people in the playoffs going up, especially from the Jags and the Cowboys, who had some really good showings last week. And as always, if you never want to miss out on any of the Madden updates, especially Madden 24 news, which we're going to start getting pretty soon, there's going to be some leaks coming out pretty soon like most years. If you don't want to miss any of that important info, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so you never miss any of these important videos when they go live. Now, if you missed yesterday's video, we got some information about Madden 24 from EA Sports. They sent out an email to franchise mode players who were affected by all of the issues this year and the most recent corrupted franchise issue where a lot of people lost their leagues. Now, I will link that video below in the pinned comment if you want the full scope of things, but a brief summary of that video is that they're looking to add a lot of commissioner tools next year for franchise to make the leagues more customizable and make them a little bit more creative, which is actually a really good thing to hear because Madden has been needing that for a while. And I'm sure that's not the only thing they're going to do for franchise, but I think that was just a little nugget that they wanted to drop to franchise fans who were frustrated to kind of ease some of that frustration. But at the end of the day, if the mode still has all the same problems next year, none of that's going to matter. But in the email, they also talked about how they're going to supposedly invest in the infrastructure and put a lot more time and money into that and get things right with some of the bad legacy coding in the game to ensure that nothing like this happens again, which I really hope they do, but we have to wait and see because we've been dealing with way too many problems from EA to just simply take their word for it at this point. They also said that anybody affected by these issues will receive a guaranteed beta code for the Madden 24 beta when that comes out in a few months so that you can kind of try the game out for free. And also, you'll get Madden 24 50% off, which isn't too bad. Now, let's get into this week's big roster update, starting with the players who are going up first. We've got Stephon Diggs going up +1 to a 97 overall. I believe this is the highest he's ever been before. I think he's been a 97 previously. And he's definitely one of those guys to potentially watch for the 99 club next year, depending on what he does throughout the rest of the playoffs. He's definitely a guy that could potentially start next year as a 99. He's just been very consistent for the last few years, especially since going to the Bills. Joe Burrow, of course, is going up. He's back in playoff form. Had a little bit of a rough game with the Ravens, but they did pull it out. He's going up +1 to a 93 overall. That matchup with the Bills this week is going to probably be a pretty great one. We didn't get to see it the first time because of what happened to DeMar, and luckily he has recovered pretty well since then. So we'll finally get to see these two face off on the biggest stage. Saquon Barkley is going up yet again, +1 to a 93 overall as he helped the Giants take down the Vikings. His teammate Andrew Thomas continues to go up after having an amazing breakout year, +1 to a 91 overall. Here's a big one. Dak Prescott played phenomenal last week. His best playoff game, one of the best games he's ever played, period. I'm surprised he's going up this much because usually from one game to the next, you don't see a guy go up this much, especially how he ended the year. He was going down quite a bit to end the year, but now they're kind of overcorrecting him a little bit. He's going up +3 to a 90 overall, and I don't really have a big problem with it because I do think when Dak plays his best, he's a really good QB. He is a little inconsistent at times, but I am just surprised to see a +3 jump from one game to the other because it just simply doesn't happen that often. TJ Hawkinson, although on the losing side, he tore it up last week. He was the recipient of a lot of targets and he racked up a lot of yards for the Vikings. He's going up +1 to a 90 overall, and I believe this is the highest he's ever been rated. Matt Milano is going up +2 to a 88 overall. Danielle Hunter is going up +1 to a 87 overall. Tremaine Edmonds is also going up +1 to a 87. We've got Dre Greenlaw going up +1 to a 86 overall. Evan Ingram, who's had a breakout year, he's been going up almost every week lately, it seems, and he's going up yet again +1 to a 84 overall. We've also got Foye Oluokun and Javon Holland also going up +1 to a 84. Both of those guys have been going up quite a lot this year. Dalton Schultz had probably the second best game for the Cowboys. He had a couple touchdowns, I believe, good amount of yards and catches. He was definitely the top target of that playoff game. He's going up +1 to a 83 overall. And we've got Jalen Phillips and Travis Etienne also going up +1 to a 83. Here's another really big one this week. Asante Samuel Jr. going up +4 to a 82 overall. Now, I did not get to watch too much of that game because I had something else going on. So I don't know if he balled out in that game or if this is kind of an overcorrection to what he's done all year. Maybe he hasn't been getting enough upgrades, but going up +4 is pretty big and you don't typically see that. that. We've got Leighton Vander Esch going up +2 to an 82 overall. Donovan Wilson going up +1 to an 82 overall. And Xavier McKinney is also going up +1 to an 82. We've got Jaron Kearse going up +1 to an 81 overall. Julio Jones going up +1 to an 80 overall. I believe he had the touchdown in that game for the Bucks. It's so weird to see him rated so low because we're just so used to him being in like the high 90s, but last 2 years you can see age is finally starting to catch up to him. Still rated solid. At 80 is still considered solid, but for Julio it just feels weird seeing it. We've got Jason Myers, who I believe just signed a really big contract extension, especially for a kicker. He got some pretty big money, going up +1 to a 78 overall. And we've got Sam Hubbard also going up +1 to a 78. He had the big 99-yard fumble return that helped seal the game for the Bengals, and honestly I feel like he should be rated higher than this. I never realized how low he was rated, but I feel like he's a pretty solid player. But what's interesting this week is he's actually getting a +3 to speed to now have 80 speed, and 2+ to excel to have 81 excel. Not something you see happen pretty often, especially for players who've been in the league for a few years. You rarely see speed increases, but when you have a 99-yard fumble recovery return like that, you probably do need a little boost in speed, and they gave it to him. We've got Kyle Van Noy going up +1 to a 78 overall, and Michael Davis also going up +1 to a 78. Now let's talk about the players who are going down this week, starting with Justin Jefferson. He's mostly been up all year, but he's ending the year on a down note, -1 to 96 overall. He did not have a really good showing in the playoff game, and I believe even the last game of the season, he didn't have like a crazy showing. He kind of ended the year with some not great performances, but when you look at his year as a whole, I mean, he was the best receiver this year, and I'm curious, even though he's at a 96, I'm curious if he's going to start next year at a 99. I think it's possible just because of how good he's been in his first 3 years in the league. Minkah Fitzpatrick didn't play, and somehow he's still going down. It seems like any chance they get to lower Minkah or TJ Watt, it's something with the Steelers. I don't know what it is, but we know that it feels like a lot of the Steelers players never have the credit they deserve in this game, and somehow Minkah didn't play and he's still going down. -1 to a 92 overall. Tyrann Mathieu also going down, but what I find funny about this is he ended the season on a high note. His second half of the season was much better than his first half, and he went up, I think, even a couple times towards the end of the season. He actually went up last week +1 to end the season. So I don't really know what happened from last week to this week where they felt like they needed to drop him back down 1 again, because if anything, while he didn't have a great season as a whole, he started at 95 and he got all the way down to a 90, 91 because of that, but he ended the season on a high note. So if anything, I don't see why he would be going down based on his second half of the year, but he's going down 1 to a 90 overall. Denzel Ward, another guy who didn't play, he's going down to 1 to an 89 overall. Ryan Jensen did play. I think that was his first game back from injury. Didn't have a great game. He's going down 1 to an 89 overall as well. Tom Brady been going down all year. Father Time kind of catching up to him a little bit. Had a really bad playoff game. He's also going down 1 to an 89. Corey Linsley's going down 1 to an 88 overall. Justin Herbert is also going down 1 to an 88. Aaron Rodgers did not play, but he's going down 1 to an 87 overall. Eric Kendricks is going down 1 to an 86 overall. Khalil Mack is also going down 1 to an 86. Charvarius Ward's going down 1 to an 85 overall. Patrick Peterson kind of had a little bit of a resurgence this year, and he had gone up mostly this year, but he is ending the season on a little bit of a down note, going down 1 to an 84 overall. Chandler Jones is going down 1 to an 82 overall. Rookie Dameon Pierce is also going down 1 to 82, and we've got Zach Ertz going down 2 to 82 overall. Denzel Perryman's going down 1 to 81 overall. Logan Cook is also going down 1 to an 81. Cole Holcomb's going down 1 to an 80 overall. We've got a couple big names here. Devin White and Evan McPherson also both going down 1 to an 80. Bryce Callahan's going down 1 to a 79 overall. Cody Barton's going down 1 to a 78 overall. Eric Rowe is also going down 1 to a 78. Logan Ryan also going down 1 to a 78 as well. Gabe Jackson's going down 1 to a 77 overall. Marcus Davenport did not have a good year at all. I believe he only had a half sack all year. Pretty crazy. He's going down 1 to a 77 overall. And Brett Maher, who missed what was like 4 extra points. I'm surprised he's not going down more, because that was the worst performance I've ever seen by a kicker, going down 2 to a 76 overall. Now, if you want to know more about what we've learned about Madden 24 already, make sure to check this video out right here on the screen.